Hello and welcome back to another edition of Mike Said It First. I am your host, Michael Carvelis, here on July 21st, 2025. Every Monday at 4 o'clock Eastern, I come to you live here and talk about the last week in sports and, of course, what's on my mind. We are live on 12 on Sports via YouTube and X. Be sure to subscribe to the 12 on Sports YouTube channel for other great shows in live sports. On this edition of Mike Said It First, I will talk about how Damian Lillard did admit defeats and not about the things at the bottom of your ankles. He went back to Portland, and now I think Dame time was a scam, and I admittedly bought in. Top 5 NBA Summer League standouts who did not make my list. Why was my top 5 my top 5? MLB swing off, for lack of a better term, sucked. I'll break it down, but I'll also have a little bit of consolation for those that enjoyed it. And of course, Mike's World, where I'll talk about NASCAR at Dover, including a rain delay that made the ending extra spectacular. And of course, the Rocky Mountain Raptors weekend review. Both games were broadcasted not on our network, but still, both games, how'd they go? I'll let you know. This show is presented by the ticketing platform at 12ouncesports.com. When you head there, you can get sports tickets for less. It is very simple. It is very awesome. 12ozsports.com/tickets or go to 12ouncesports.com and click the tickets tab. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to first start off firing on all cylinders with Damian Lillard, who admitted it, and now so do I. Again, a little bit of a backstory if you're new to the show. I am one of those people who prides myself on having good and correct sports takes. There was times, it was before COVID, but on Twitter, where I would argue in favor of Damian Lillard. And this was before he had Paul George. I thought Damian Lillard was a better player than Steph Curry. I believed that. I thought Damian Lillard, they both were flat scorers, and I thought Damian cooked him a few times. Well, as years went on, and Steph Curry won the 2022 championship, Steph Curry became a better passer. Steph Curry grew and got stronger, and Damian Lillard continued the same way. He rallied away in Portland, had a cute little stint with Paul George that lasted about a week. I don't know if that was that the Paul George time? I don't know, whatever it was. The Damian Lillard, he sent Paul George home. Excuse me. That's how dumb this is, okay? Regardless of that, you understand, that's where Paul George came in my brain, okay? So he sent home Russell Westbrook and Paul George. Wow. He goes to Milwaukee. When he went to Milwaukee, was I expecting great things? Admittedly, no. I feel like the Trailblazers getting rid of Damian Lillard was them admitting that he was not good enough anymore. And at that point, I kind of backed off my Damian Lillard take. Well, I'm going to completely back off of it now. Now that he's especially post-injury and has shown nothing in his career that he is a winner, besides a couple of buzzer beaters in the playoffs, guys, congrats. But that doesn't do it for me. That does not put you over the top of the Pantheon greats at point guard that have played in the NBA. And Damian Lillard flat out was overrated. He was overrated. He is now admitting defeat by going back to Portland. And there, by the way, next to me is a Photoshop of him in Portland, in case you guys were wondering what him in a Blazers jersey would look like. Great editing skills by me. No, it's disappointing because I felt like Damian never improved his game. And to me, That a lot of that is passing and defending. While Steph Curry worked his ever-loving tail off, Damian Lillard seemed complacent. Obviously, the injury helped accelerate this process. But folks, before that, I was shocked at the amount of people that were saying, oh yeah, the Bucks can win the championship. No, they can't, guys. No. Damian Lillard, why do you think Portland let him go in the first place? Why? Because he wasn't getting it done over and over and over again. And as I said before about players, usually when the team admits it, it's time you do too. Like, who was the player a few weeks ago I talked about on this show where it was like they got rid of him? I can't remember who it was, but like they got rid of him and people were saying, oh, how great it was. I'm like, no, it's not. It's no. Oh, it was, who did Miami pick up? The Miami Heat traded for a guy in like some big 3-team deal, and they got some dude. I am destroying myself right now for not remembering what this guy's name is. Norman Powell from the Clippers. Remember Norman Powell? And I said this like a couple of weeks ago, and people were like, oh, well, why did the Clippers get rid of him? Because he peaked already. It's very simple. Norman Powell is a guy who worked his butt off, and finally the Clippers like, no, he's that's as good as he'll get. Los Angeles Clippers used up what was there for Norman Powell. His trajectory is not going to get any higher. It's going to stay the same or get worse. And Miami bid it. And I'm happy because I think Norman Powell in Miami is great, as I've said before. But Damian Lillard back to Portland is just a good story. There's nothing to this. And it's unfortunate that people could not see that when Portland let go of him the first time. Why do you think they did? Again, I'll say it. Because he wasn't good enough. Is he a top 100 player of all time? Sure. Is he a top 20? Nowhere near. Top 30? Maybe. And maybe the top 50? I don't know. Guys, Damian Lillard showed us who he was. A guy whose ceiling was here and everyone else's was up here. Congrats to Dame for what has been a very awesome career. And I'm happy for him going back to Portland. But I was wrong. Steph Curry was not just better. Steph Curry was miles better. And I let the Dame time stuff get in my head. I thought, oh yeah, he cooked Curry a few times. It meant nothing. Meant absolutely nothing. Damian Lillard was, I don't want to say a fraud, but the whole Dame time lore is going to, just like when I like old heads, with all due respect to people like over 40, when like old heads will sit there and say, oh, well, you had to be there. That's going to be Damian Lillard, unfortunately. Like, it's going to be like, oh, remember? Yes, we get it. He ended 2 series on buzzer beaters in the first round. It doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. Like, this is what people our age are going to hold on to when the next great player comes. You had to be there for Damian Lillard. Like, no, I actually didn't have to be there. It was cool, but this is what happens, man. Gets lost in history. As a guy you had to see to believe what? That he was not as good as he was propped up to be? Yeah, that's about it. Alrighty. And I'm still a fan of Damian Lillard, but I'm done with the whole charade. It's not even his fault. I'm just talking about the banter around it was Damian Lillard, how great he was, and he's very good. He's not great. That's just how it is. When we come back to Mike's In It First on 12 Ounce Sports, I'm going to talk about my top 5 NBA Summer League standouts. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sports book, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome back to Mike's It First. I am your host, Michael Carvelis, reminding you to subscribe to the 12 Ounce Sports channel on YouTube. We offer live sports games like box lacrosse from the Rocky Mountain Raptors and the Montana Lacrosse League, and live shows like Daily Dive and Rome and myself here on MSIF and more. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is currently 4:43. Again, I want to explain them me starting late. Had a late start. Took a nap. Did not realize, oh crap, it's 3:45. Let's wake up. I was already prepared, but I had to choke up the allergies there for a minute. As you heard in the first segment, they weren't treating me very well. So we just kind of took a deep breath, said 4:30 will be fine. So we're back at it. All righty. Let's now get into this. My top 5 NBA Summer League standouts. Now, on this graphic, you're going to notice Yang Hansen, Bronny James, Nipple, I don't know, and Drew Timme. Now, Con Kneppel did not make my list. He was a top, 5 or 10 pick. He played at Duke. Everyone knows he's a really good player. And he was the Summer League MVP. Won it with the Hornets, who won their first ever Summer League championship, and good for them. The reason I play the Boosters is I'm a Miami Heat fan, and I will never cheer for a Southeastern Conference team, even though it's not. I don't hate on the Hornets because they're easy to like because they suck. But yeah, good for Con, and hopefully he can help out LaMelo Ball this year. I also have Drew Timme on the graphic as well, a former Gonzaga standout. A player who actually, in this summer league, in just 3 games, because they shut him down because he was playing so well, he scored 25.3 points per game, did shoot 21% from 3. That's not very good. But he averaged 25 points, 8 rebounds, 1 steal, and almost a block. Good for Drew, though the 2 on the right did not make my list. So, Yang Hansen and Bronny James did. Without further ado, number 5 for me is going to be Johnny Broome. The former was a Kansas standout, is now a 76ers backup or even third-string center. He had 13.5 points on 44% shooting percentage and 45% from 3 in the Summer League. Also averaged 8 rebounds and 1.5 steals. Johnny Broome is already 22 years old, but I feel like, Joel Embiid is going to keep being not healthy. Johnny Broome's got a golden opportunity to show if he was as good as his Kansas days or if he's just a guy who's never going to make it. Number 4 for me is the Memphis Grizzlies raw prospect, G.G. Jackson. Guys, this guy is so raw. I liked his game last year. This guy in 3 Summer League games scored 14 points on 44% shooting, 5 rebounds, almost 3 assists, and 1.3 blocks. The 20-year-old 6'9" nice player is still a very raw athlete, but I believe this year Memphis will finally get some playing time out of him that's more significant. And I'm telling you guys, G.G. Jackson is a very good he's a good player with the ceiling of the high ends of very good. Like, he looks like, I like his game. The guy's body he's an electric athlete. I like his game. I think he looks like a hard worker because he keeps getting better, and he will keep doing so. He's number 4 for me for Memphis. Number 3, hot take, Bronny James. Guys, can we be honest with ourselves? A lot of you guys, and you know who you are, went online and destroyed LeBron James for daring the Lakers to take Bronny towards the end of the second round. There's only 2 drafts. There's only 2 rounds of the NBA. Take him to the Lakers. Little did we know, and well, you guys knew, he had a heart attack, okay? There's an article, thank God this showed up, in like early 2023 from ESPN.com, where a person says Bronny's is a top pick in the draft, like a top lottery kind of pick. That's a real article because he was playing pretty well leading up to college. USC has a weird heart problem. He lived. So what do you guys do? He's a Nepo baby. Guys, if you hate LeBron, it's okay to admit it. If you hate his China affiliations, it's okay to admit it. I think LeBron James is probably not the family man he claims to be. But I'm not going to say, I don't blame LeBron for the Lakers taking a flyer on Bronny. His father is possibly the greatest athlete of all time. Like, come on, man. And even if he's not, he's in the top 10 conversation, you haters. Like, that's, even the haters of LeBron James will have him in top 10 conversations of pure sports athletes, okay? That's how good this guy is. Regardless of that, Bronny's his son. He's got the genetics. Like, come on, man. So, for Bronny, in 4 games, he scored 14 points on 47.5% from 3. 47% field goal percentage, 30% from 3, almost 4 assists, also had 4 turnovers. Interesting. Bronny is also only 20 years old. You're saying he's going to keep getting better? Who knew? Like, see how dumb hating is? The guy was looking good in the summer league, was looking good in the G League last year, and now he's playing well in the summer league. Like, Bronny could be a decent player. Like, you guys thought he was, you guys did not just say this guy was overdrafted. You said he was garbage. You said he couldn't play basketball. Again, it's just like my Daniel Jones support, okay? And I know these are like, Bronny and Daniel Jones are 2 wild hills to die on. But guys, we have to stop acting like these guys are not potential professional athletes. And you are not. And I'm not saying that's a bad, you can't criticize, but don't say he can't play. Because that's a lie. And you know it's a lie. Don't exaggerate your truth. Just say it. Like, he can't play basketball? I cannot play basketball. You probably cannot play basketball. Bronny, has a chance to be pretty good at basketball. Like, it's not a mistake. I don't know why people do that. I do know why. It's people that even I know personally. I'm like, guys, why are you you choose to be stupid? And I know you're not. So why? Like, what do you gain? Oh, he's a Nepo. I don't care. This is basketball. Apparently, he can play. And when he gets more minutes for the Lakers, and when LeBron does retire, and Bronny's still in the league for years afterwards, you're going to have to shut up and admit you were wrong. Like, I don't know why I'm dying on the hill of he's not bad. You're dying on the hill, he's a terrible player and can't play. All right, bet. Let's take that bet. Let's run with it. See what happens. You're going to lose every time. Unless he is Ryan Leaf, unless he is Greg Oden, less injuries, I get whatever. Unless he is like just awful, you are going to lose a debate. If Bronny James is a decent role player who can show up sometimes, you have lost your argument. That's the hill you're dying on. This guy could have 15 years. Like, he has 15 years to prove you wrong. Like, why do you choose that? I'm choosing, hey, he might be a 10-point per game scorer or more in the NBA. I think more like 12 to 15, but you guys say he shouldn't even be in the league. Again, very big hill to die on, very dumb hill to die on. All right, number 2. After the Bronny hate, El Capitan Picks, welcome, sir. We hate him because we ain't him. His dad's shadow makes it. No, and that's my point, is that the dad's shadow. And so my point is, when the guy actually is playing well, he's LeBron James' son. Like, guys, Bronny chooses the name Bronny because he knew losers would say, well, LeBron Jr. Guys, just stop it. Like, the fact, like, no one talks about Michael Jordan's son being a complete bum in life. Like, no one talks about Scottie Pippen's son. No one talks, Scottie Pippen's son not doing too well, thought he was. Hasn't played great, all right? Bronny has shown flashes he's not a bad player. It's just like, why choose that hill? Like, again, I don't think his father is maybe a great person personally. I'm not here for that. And as you'll see in my NASCAR segment later, I don't care about your personal life. You're an athlete. I'm watching that. That's what it is. Number 2 for me is Hansen Yang. This 20-year-old 7'1" Chinese player is better than we all thought. The Trailblazers took a flyer on him, I think like pick 14 or pick 16. Averaged almost 11 points per game in 4 summer league games. He shot 46% from the field, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2.5 blocks. He did have 3.8 turnovers. Guys, Yang Hansen is not bad. Like, I'm not lying. This guy looks like an all-around Swiss or Chinese army knife. I don't know if those exist, but it sounds good. I think Hansen Yang is a good player. Also, the nicknames for this guy are impressive. Like, you've got, what was it? The great, the big tariff. Another one that I liked the best was Yang Dynasty. I think Yang Dynasty is awesome. Like, that's obviously the big tariff is going to, like, that narrative will die down. And then, like, give it like another presidential election, and that's not a joke anymore. Yang Dynasty is going to stay for a long time. So I'm going with Yang Dynasty. I'm buying in. Hansen Yang is the truth, in my opinion. And, of course, a guy who I've kind of wondered if he's good or not, Kyle Filipowski, a.k.a. Flip. In just 3 games, Filipowski, who's a 21-year-old 6'11" player, he's white, by the way, led the Summer League in Vegas in scoring. And not just did he lead him in scoring, he was efficient. 29.3 points per game, 56% from the field, 39% from 3, and nearly 8 rebounds. Now, I'm no NBA scout, but it's time to let Flip cook. I'm telling you right now, he's with, what was he, with the Jazz? Yeah. The Jazz have got some roster spots, okay? And as you saw in my top 8 teams that have the worst record, I believe I have the Jazz like pretty bad. Make sure I get this correct. Yeah, I've got the Jazz with the 3rd worst record. So believe me, Filipowski will get his chances this year if everything I think is going to go right does go right for me. I think Kyle Filipowski, that was impressive. Like, I've seen him float around the league like a year or 2 ago. I watched him in college a little bit. Never knew he was such a sniper. And kudos to Flip for working on his game. Number 1, Kyle Filipowski. Number 2, Hanson Yang, the Yang Dynasty. Number 3 is LeBron's son. Number 4, the raw and talented Gigi Jackson. And number 5 is the sneaky Johnny Broom. Johnny Sweeps. Okay, whatever. We're done with the nicknames. All right. We come back to this show. I am going to talk about Major League Baseball swing-off that ended the All-Star game about a week ago. I know it's late, but we're going to talk about it now. I don't watch baseball much. It's time for me to give my take because that's what I like to do. You're watching MSIF on 120Z. We'll be right back.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome back to Mike Said It First. I am your host, Michael Carvalho, here on this July 21st, 2025, every Monday at 4 o'clock-ish Eastern Time on 12 Ounce Sports for the foreseeable future. I will get to my Major League Baseball swing-off thing. I did want to touch on this as we get going. 12ouncesports.com/tickets. Get your sports tickets for less. 12ozsports.com. Click the tickets tab. All right, so I just want to read a tweet from Curtis Dixon, who quoted SportsCenter. Now, SportsCenter, and I just want to make this clear, people have called me out. They have been angry with me for saying the PLL is not some hater league. They are fun with the NLL, and I've had actual PLL pundits get mad at me. Like, they do not like me because I'm wrong. Interesting. So SportsCenter says Marcus Holman tied Paul Rabel for second all-time in PLL. No, not PLL. In professional lacrosse goals. Wow. That's not intentional. That's just what they do. You got me. You know what? Everyone should listen to those punk PLL podcasters because they are right. Oh, what? Whoa. And then Curtis Dixon chimed in. Curtis Dixon, not a bad player. Would you say like he's not terrible? Curtis Dixon says, could have sworn I had more goals than this. Guess I don't play professional lacrosse. Huh. Now, I could be wrong, but last time I checked, I said that I have gone through the list of NLL goals scored, and the PLL says, nah, professional lacrosse. Okay. So that, like, when SportsCenter does that, you don't think they've been alienated? Like, you don't think that's intentional? When SportsCenter says professional lacrosse, what does that make the NLL look like? You know what it does? It makes it look like a senior B league. That's what that does. When I'm looking at this from the perspective, like myself, of a new lacrosse fan, and I'm on social media. I see the sick NLL goals. I don't understand lacrosse. It makes as much sense as soccer or cricket to me. And then I see SportsCenter saying Marcus Holman tied Paul Rabel for the second all-time in professional lacrosse goals. Wow, how am I, as a potential lacrosse fan, supposed to feel? SportsCenter does not do that stuff on accident, okay? The admin is told how to do that. They're getting paid to promote certain things. Come on, man. But I'm just a hater. I'm just the guy who gets in his parents' basement, it's the attic, who gets in his parents' basement and talks to nobody. You got me, okay? But one day, you're going to appreciate what I said. I just find it funny. A player who doesn't even like me literally said exactly what I did. But I'm the bad guy. He wants to take lacrosse shots at my head. It's unreal. It's unreal. Now let's get to this. You tired of me ranting yet? Good. You're not done yet. All right. Major League Baseball. About a week, I guess it was like 8 days ago. I'm on Sunday in Atlanta at their All-Star game. I don't live near Atlanta, just for the record. It was at Truist Park. They had their All-Star game, Major League Baseball did. This is, of course, after the Home Run Derby, for the record. And I found this very funny. Major League Baseball is starving so bad for fans, they thought, hey, it'd be a great idea if we alienated the older people who like our sports. First of all, that game was really awesome because I thought the players played hard. From the things that I have seen, Major League, like there was a pitcher throwing 95 mile per hour, or 102. The same pitcher was throwing a 90 mile per hour slider, which seems impossible, but he did it, or 85. They were playing hard. And so, to end the game, after the American League rallied back, guess what happened? They set up a Home Run Derby 2.0. Is that not odd to people? I saw way more support of this than I should have. I'm going to be honest. As a person who does believe that baseball is stuck in the 80s, I think baseball has had Rob Manfred is a garbage commissioner. His disciplinary stuff is weird. But then again, the fan base of Major League Baseball are the same ones who love the steroid era. Literally, I'm going to try to break this down again as simply as possible and as quick as possible. If you tell me where a pitch is coming, down, okay, cool, and I'm on steroids, why? And I would hope I hit it out of the park. But they think Barry Bonds and Sammy Sosa are gods. You know why? The same old heads were 21 when those things were happening. They were 25. So you know what? That was what they grew up on. But those people cannot get it out of their thick skulls. That's cheating. That is cheating. You are no longer a professional athlete if that's what you have to do to be good, is to cheat. Because when casual fans, like for me personally, I am 6'2". I lost weight with a pretty good frame. I don't think I'm athletic, but you tell me a ball is coming right here and I'm on steroids, that will not help a little? That's how dumb that sounds. These athletes become just like us. Like, I and most of my friends make fun of people who use steroids to get bigger at the gym. Because what's the point of the gym if you're using steroids to make it better? It's cheating. It's stupid. So why were the same people think it's okay in baseball? Because it was fun to watch. Duh! But anybody could have done that. So the reason I brought that up is to say this. Major League Baseball and its fans struggle with being not the first or second best sport in the world. As big as their farm system is, folks, why do you think the Savannah Bananas got so big? And I'm going to tell you right now that when they switched from the Sand Gnats to the Bananas and became the Harlem Globetrotters, why do you think they got famous? Because baseball's own fans realize their game is boring and it sucks. So when you can become the Harlem Globetrotters, when you can become cheating teenagers, oh, now you're exciting. You're blasting home runs. You're dancing and twerking during a game. These people do not appreciate their sport enough. They let those kind of things take over. And I will first say the Savannah Bananas are a cool thing. But people around this, like the local fans, hated the name change. It was gimmicky. It's still gimmicky, but it's smart. It's smart. But baseball fans they're trying to, how can we be popular? This is more fun to watch now. It's more fun when I guess guys jack up their arms and get big overnight and then hit home runs. They know their sport's boring. Now, I will say this. One of the best things baseball's done is a pitch clock that is smart. That is innovative. But when you have people, especially in the media, who will campaign for what is a home run derby, you are now playing dangerously. Folks, I'm going to tell you why this is dumb, and I think even baseball fans will appreciate this, okay? I believe, as fun as it sounds now, if every single time in extra innings in the regular season, they did a home run derby, again, every time a game went to extras, there was a home run derby. Would it be exciting for a couple years? Yes. Would the home run derby now become irrelevant? Yes. Like, if you want the home run derby to become the next slam dunk contest and in a bad way, make this happen in the regular season. I think in the All-Star game, even then, I didn't like it because the swing off is literally a home run derby. Like, there's no competition to it. Like, you have a guy throwing the ball 40 miles an hour at best, soft pitching it to you. You better hit home runs. But again, I'm telling baseball fans now, if you are campaigning for the swing off, you are telling baseball the home run derby in 3 years is going to be stupid and not as exciting. When the home run derby comes around, oh yeah, fun to watch. If we do it every game during the regular season, when it's extra innings, which happens quite a bit, home run derby is just another swing off. Again, like sometimes innovation is too much, and I'm begging baseball fans, just because it's fun does not mean it's we should do it. Again, steroids. I get having a little wing in the Hall of Fame, as my buddy Aaron Crouch used to say. I get that, but they're still cheaters, and they still mock the game that you love. If all of your kids playing baseball can do steroids, then we'd all be in Major League Baseball. I understand certain guys work their way up and are freak athletes. But to me, you throw all of it out the window when you do steroids. To me, the swing off is again, a lot more morally clean, obviously, than steroids. But it still is just innovation that doesn't need to happen. Like, there are still people out there that think steroids should be legalized. And that is just such a dangerous thing to do if you truly believe baseball is that good of a sport. Because if it is, let it be. Like, I actually think that the runner on second base and extras is not great. Maybe on first base. Second base is unreal. It's dumb. Like, this innovation, because baseball understands that, like, they are not popular. At least they're not in the, like, football and basketball are popular. WNBA is on the come up. And if my heart of hearts agrees, I think NASCAR, the National Lacrosse League, could be right there with them. Hockey, if it can get popular in the South, baseball is in trouble even more so. But come on, man. Don't ruin the game. Again, a home run derby. Every extra innings game in the regular season, that is such a slippery slope. I'm telling you now, you don't want it. Because home run derby becomes irrelevant at that point. We come back. One last commercial break. And we're going to talk about Mike's World. We talk about Dover and the rain that happened and who won the race. And my parlay that was so close to hitting, darn it. And we're also on the Raptors. You're watching Mike's It First on 12 on Sports. We're going to wrap it up next.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Mike Said It First has been proudly presented by the ticketing platform at 12ouncesports.com. When you go there to 12-letter-OZ-sports.com and click the tickets tab, you can get sports tickets for less. It's that simple. Please help us while we help save you money. 12ouncesports.com/tickets. It's time for Mike's World. Fa la la la, fa la la la, Mike's World. Go, dude. Listen, when my allergies are bad, I cannot do Elmo's voice, and that is unfortunate because I'm sorry if that hurts your ears. All right. NASCAR at Dover happened, and listen, our parlay looked incredible. Not only did we get the WNBA All-Star game, Team Collier -5 against Team Clark. Without Clark, yeah, that hit. They won by 20. I thought it would have been more than that, actually. So that hit. But then, of course, came Dover, NASCAR race, and that race ended at like 7:30 at night, or 7 o'clock at least. It was on TNT. First of all, TNT is like, I don't know. I understand that Inside the NBA is a popular show, but they have tried the NHL and NASCAR with these little breaks, these little Inside the NBA type guys. Leave it alone. Like, we get it. You've run out of ideas, but try to make some new ones for Christ's sake. When I see NHL halftime coverage on TNT, and I like TNT, but when I see NHL's coverage, when I see NASCAR's little breaks, I'm like, why are we doing this? There's other ideas to be had. Don't copy the crew with the Inside the NBA. Like, it's not, it just feels repetitive. It's like, oh, that's not as funny because you don't have Chuck and Shaq and Kenny. Like, it's very simple concept they have. Don't copy what's awesome. Regardless of that, NASCAR, that was fun. Chase Elliott dominated most of the race. Had him for a top 5 parlay along with Alex Bowman for a top 10. Alex Bowman, I believe, finished 3rd in the end. No, he may have finished 4th. So Denny Hamlin won the race, and this race actually got rained out with like 14 laps to go. And that got crazy because, like, should we finish the race? I was wondering, like, that's actually a really good question. But Denny Hamlin ends up winning the race, holds off Christopher Bell. Kyle Larson was there as well. And then, actually, Christopher Bell ended up spinning out. My guy, Chase Briscoe, got in the mix. With these fresh tires, looked incredible, but finished 2nd in the end. 3rd place was Larson. 4th place, I believe, was Bowman. And then Ty Gibbs can kiss the bottom of my foot. I'm so mad right now. Like, Chase Elliott's, I'm not mad at Ty Gibbs. I'm mad at the crew chief of Chase Elliott. I'm mad at Alan Gustafson. He made this heroic call to get 2 right sides only after a caution. There was not many cars on the lead lap. You could have taken the extra 4 seconds or 5 seconds to put the other tires on. You chose 2. What happens? Chase never comes close to the front again. And then Ty Gibbs, with like 2 laps to go, races him for 5th place. And at the line, wouldn't you know it's a bad beat for me, Chase Elliott, top 5. That was the last leg of our top 10 with Alex Bowman, and it did not work. So I'm not happy. Chase finished 6th. I got screwed. So I was almost 2-0 on bets, but almost ain't good enough. We must do better. The units were down to plus like 0.24 or whatever. They're now back up to plus 0.99. But we could have been so much further in the green if Alan Gustafson had not crapped his pants. All right, finally. Hey, the Rocky Mountain Raptors went 4-0 this weekend. Like, they only played 2 games. Correct! They not only beat the Salt Lake City Storm 14-4, they also beat the Wasatch Whalers 25-8, and they won both of their fights in those games. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they went 4-0, technically. I guess 2-0, technically. But 4-0 in our hearts. Come on, stop it. I will be posting some footage of those fights, actually, probably tonight or tomorrow morning. So, and don't forget to catch, I believe they got 2 weeks off now. Well, a weekend off. Because coming up on August 2nd, I'll be on play-by-play. I want to make sure I get this correct. Because they're now 3-1 officially. Which means August 2nd, Saturday night, and August 3rd, Sunday afternoon, back on 12-ounce sports against the Kansas City Smoke for a double header. That'll be fun. I'll be on play-by-play. Cannot wait. Alrighty, folks, that's it for Mike's World, and of course for Mike's Did It First as a whole. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in late start time here today. And thank you for listening to my rants. As always, please go to 12ouncesports.com/tickets and do subscribe to the 12 Ounce Sports channel on YouTube. More big things coming from that, from the network, which I'm very happy about. We'll see you next Monday, the 28th, again at 4 o'clock Eastern Time-ish. Until then, I'm your host, Michael Carvalho, saying have a great rest of your day. This has been MSIF. Bye.